Our commencement speaker is no stranger to Harlingen. He was raised here in this big city. Lived in a home with his mother and four sisters and his grandmother. So, about 6 ladies, and he was a guy. Tracy, did you get you out of the house? Or you get out of the house with all those ladies? He came to MMA when he was in the 7th grade. He was here for 6 years, graduated in 1974. He attended Wharton School at the University of Pennsylvania, receiving a degree in business, and then worked during the day and went to City Hall University at night to obtain a law degree. He specializes in estate planning. He is well recognized and respected in that field, highly successful. He is a member of a number of prestigious organizations, to include being a dean at the Purposeful Planning Institute for University. He is a sought-after speaker. He is an accomplished author with articles that have appeared in the Wall Street Journal, and he is the author of the book, The Middle Way, a book on estate planning. He and his wife, Donna, 37 years, live in Colorado, where he tells me when he got on the plane Thursday to come here, there were 3 feet of snow on his back down. He is an avid fly fisherman, photographer, cyclist, and reader. Ladies and gentlemen, the Marine Military Academy's 2017 commencement speaker, Mr. Timothy Hull.
Colonel Hill, faculty, staff, honored guests, parents, cadets, but most of all, graduates. But now I'm standing here, and I feel the charge to try and say something inspirational, something that would have been useful to my 17-year-old self when I was sitting there. I don't know if I'm necessarily the right person to do that, because you young men are more open to new ideas than I am. Your brains have not formed some of the narrow passage and neural pathways that mine have. Your minds are so much more capable of innovating than mine is anymore. You have more time, you have more potential. Beginning today, it's you who are going to set out and discover the world, innovate, set policies, and define what our world's going to look like tomorrow. So what I'd like to do in the brief time, and I promised I would keep it brief, I was reminded of that not too long ago, is share what I think are 4 lessons that I learned from my MMA experience that I wish I had been thinking about when I graduated. Because these are powerful lessons, and when you learn them before 5, 10, even 43 years go by, I think you'll find they'll help you a lot as you move through life. And it's only when life hands you the inevitable obstacles, I heard both our prior speakers mention dealing with the obstacles, that you really begin to appreciate what your MMA education will mean to you. So actually, I'm talking with you today, but I'm also talking to the man you're going to become, your future self, and the value that you're going to find as you go through time with the education and learning that you receive here. Making your rack every morning, these are some of the simple things that you do, but they lead to my first lesson. Nothing is easy and nothing is hard. This idea was first voiced to me when I was in my early 20s by one of my great mentors, colleagues, and friends, a man named Jay Longwood. Not too many people have heard of him, but I hope every one of you gets to experience having a mentor and someone who will give you great advice as you move through time. Well, this may sound counterintuitive, nothing is easy, nothing is hard. Think about when you first arrived here, when you first set foot on campus. Everything was hard. Making your rack every morning, turning out in an inspection-ready uniform, following an incredibly regimented daily schedule. But now today, those things are easy. What's the difference? The difference is that you figured out the component parts of each one of those things that seem so hard, and then you follow the steps. There are 2 times that understanding that rule and living by it will become very helpful for you. The first is when you face a tough time. I remember when I arrived at the University of Pennsylvania, I'd grown up in Harlingen. I was in a class of 28 graduates from the Marine Military Academy. And then I arrived in Philadelphia as part of an incoming freshman class of 2,800. And I had nobody telling me what to do every day, no set rules, no supervision. I struggled my first semester. I actually began to doubt that I could survive at what I viewed as a formidable institution. So I did what I always did for advice. I called my mother. I talked to her about it. And she gave me some wonderful advice. I'm paraphrasing, because the recall function doesn't work quite as well as it used to. She just said, just follow the daily routine you lived with for 6 years, beginning with making your bed and keeping a set study. 2 simple things. And that's what I did. And 4 years later, I graduated with honors. I was able to be accepted into law school 2 years after that. So I learned something else, and this is really important. I learned that I had the freedom to do whatever I wanted to do, as long as I had the discipline to do what I had to. So when you find yourself saying, I don't know what to do, and I guarantee you will, you are going to find yourself in a place in life where you're going to say, I just don't know what to do about where I find myself right now. Start by making your rack. To quote page 40 of the Right Guide, racks will be made daily, including periods of liberty. There is no better way to start your day than with an accomplishment as simple as making your rack. And what this does is this reflects an important life lesson. One of your worst enemies that you will ever encounter in life is inertia. Movement and accomplishment are the opposites of inertia. If you've been brought to your knees, you're feeling paralyzed, feeling defeated, and there will be a day when you may feel that, the only thing you can do is take the first step. Move. Put your body in motion. Have the discipline to make your rack every day, and the components to a successful day will begin to fall apart into place. Then you can take the next step, and the next step. And when you find yourself on a course, you're going to feel like, all right, now I understand what I need to do. I know what I need to do to change the situation or to take advantage of this opportunity. The self-discipline you have learned at the Marine Military Academy will serve you well every day, as long as you are aware that you need to exercise that muscle. This attitude has certainly served me during my entire career. In addition to helping me deal with life's curveballs by avoiding calling things easy or hard and focusing on steps, I've been able to accomplish things. And it's not that I'm special, it's just that I got this idea that nothing is easy, nothing is hard, and if I sit down and break it down, I can accomplish. I was able to go to law school at night, support my family while working all day. I was able to write a book that was published, and it's been one of the best things that's occurred in my professional career. And I've been able to stay married to a girl I met while I was at MMA for over 37 years. I remember her sitting back here the first time she ever been on a plane flying here from New Jersey. And I looked up when I was delivering my salutatory speech, and she smiled at me, and I said, that's it, she's the one for me. So remember the next time you find a voice, someone else's or maybe your own, telling you how hard something is, ask yourself what are the steps necessary, and then begin by making it right. Second lesson I'd like to share with you is this. You are all unique, so you should offer something unique to the world. I want you to take a moment and consider the massive chain of events that had to take place for you to be sitting in that seat today. Not only did a stable star have to rotate around the planet for something like 4.6 billion years in such a way that human life was possible, your parents had to meet and fall in love. Their DNA had to fall in line perfectly so that you were born. Then they had to make a highly unusual decision to send you to the Marine Military Academy. See, there are approximately 4 billion people in the United States today your age. It's evenly split, so that's good odds for you guys. The 46 of you represent just a little over 1/1,000 of 1% of all those young adults. While most of your counterparts have been through traditional schools, You have the unique experience of attending the finest life preparatory school in the country. Most of your age group counterparts have no idea about personal discipline and accomplishments. Most of your age group counterparts would say, military school is too hard. I'm going to quit. I could never do that. Most of your age group counterparts have never been around. You are unique. Your experiences are unique, and your skill set for the future is unique. So do yourself, your parents, and the universe the honor of pursuing your interests. Figure out what makes you special and do that. One of my favorite quotes comes from the philosopher Howard Thurman, who said, "Don't ask yourself what the world needs. Ask yourself what makes you come alive. And then go do that, because what the world needs is more people who are alive." The incubator for Silicon Valley is Stanford University. We refer to it as the University of Pennsylvania in the West. They don't like it too much. But the most popular course for juniors and seniors is not a technology class. The most popular course is called Designing Your Life. And it lays out a lifelong process for exploring multiple interests. They've written a book about it, and I read the book, and I basically tell it's all about having the self-discipline to figure out what steps to take when you want to pursue an interest. It's not going to happen for a lot of folks because they don't have the self-discipline. But you and I are fortunate because we are MMA graduates. We should already feel unique. Your ability to understand self-discipline and accomplishment give you a lifetime of permission and skills to find your own interests, cultivate them, and most importantly, give them generously to the world. So as you go forward and pursue your careers, get married, start your own families, remember that you are unique and interesting, and that you have the mission to spend your life discovering those interests as they come and go, and as you and your life change and grow. Remember, the biggest gift you can give the world is the gift of yourself, unleashing your full potential. This takes me to lesson number 3. You can tell I'm a list guy. You can learn something new from everyone. Now, there are 3 operative words in that phrase. You, learn, and most importantly, everyone. As it turns out, this is another lesson that I learned from Jay Longkey. I'd actually had a bad day, and I was venting in Jay's office. Jay's office right next to me, about a particular dimwit I had encountered that day. Jay listened quietly to me, and then he asked me 2 questions. He said, "Tim, are you done? And do you feel any better?" And I looked at it for a long minute, and I said, "Well, yeah, I'm done, but actually, no, I don't feel any better." Then he said, "What did you learn from this situation? What did you learn from the way that gentleman acted? How would you approach it now that you have the benefit of hindsight? What would be your plan?" And I want you to take note of something there. I had referred to this person as dimwit. Jay referred to him as a gentleman. What he did is he took the emotional energy out of the situation and turned it into an objective lesson that he and I could talk about and figure out, what did I learn from that? What was the experience telling me to do in the future? This was a huge aha moment for me. I wanted to stay stuck in complaint mode. I wanted to vent, spew, and roll around in the dirt about the pinhead who ruined my day. But Jay was asking me to be so much bigger. He was asking me to reach deep inside myself for the best. And the best is the person who wants to learn and grow and evolve as they move through life. So as you go through life, you always get to choose your behavior. You have little control over the way your bosses will talk to you, the way your teachers will talk to you, the way your parents will talk to you. But you always have a choice about how you're going to behave. It's important to know you own it. They don't. So in every interaction, you can reach for your best self, but one that wants to learn and grow. And the same can be said for life experiences. Life won't always go your way. When that happens, you have a choice. You can either blame it on someone else or something else, or you can reach for your best self and ask, how could you become wiser through this experience? If you think about it for a minute, everybody who's ever watched a game video, what are you watching? You're looking at a past event to see what you can learn from it. Life is exactly the same way. Actors, all manner of professions, pilots, they review their past events constantly because that's how they learn to become better at their craft and better at what they do in life. So at the close of the day or the week, I suggest you make it a point to reflect on whether you're actually doing this. Culturally, we're so focused on goals and outcomes. But just as important as goals is the importance of taking stock of how far you've come and what you've learned from your past experiences. The horizon is always in front of us, but the rearview mirror is what actually shows us where we've been and what mile markers we've passed. I do this almost every Friday. I review my calendar, review my notebook, and think about all the events and interactions of the past week. Inevitably, I gain insights that will serve me in the upcoming weeks. I also do this for a full day every 3 to 4 months, because it's a way for me to mine my experience for important nuggets that will make my life easier, better, and ultimately richer. Think back to the very first day you were at the Marine Military Academy. Who you were then is not who you are today, by any stretch of the imagination. You are a way better version of yourself, equipped with way more tools and skills than you probably ever thought possible. But you need to ask yourself at some point, after the ceremony is over, after all the pomp is done, what did I learn from being at MMA? What are the 1 or 2, 3 or 4 really key takeaways that I have when you come with? Pinpoint and articulate the answer to that question, because it's going to give you important information about yourself that will serve you when whatever you pursue next year. When you go to college, you move to the work world, join the service, whatever your path is. Think about all you've accomplished during your the leadership skills, personal discipline, all the things that have helped you craft the ability to become a graduate of the Marine Military Academy. Finally, my 4th rule, and this is something I would encourage you to do before you move into next year, wherever you're going to be, and that's to develop a personal set of rules of conduct for yourself. I have 4 rules. They're pretty simple, and I follow them. I have the first one is show up on time, do what you say you'll do, say please and thank you, and most importantly, define for yourself what your personal sense of honor means, and then furiously protect it. These are all directly from a source that you and I share, the right guide. This is my right guide from 1973-1974. It sits in the top drawer of my desk, because when I start wondering about, am I behaving the way I should be, I look at this. It's marked up, the pages are folded. But what I found really interesting was the current version. It's not a whole lot different than this. Now, you've had to, it's been altered a little bit for some things that didn't exist during the caveman days when I was here, like cell phones. But other than some reordering sections, it's pretty much the same thing. Good manners never go out of style. Both our right guys talk about saying please and thank you. Having good manners, showing up on time, doing what you say you will do, those are important, and they're important tenets. But beyond that is this ideal of defining who you are as a man of honor. I can't stress this enough, that if you cultivate that reputation and defend it, it will go so far in life. As I look into the faces of all the young men in Florida, graduates and the other cadets that are out here, I would be remiss if I didn't talk about life's temptations. You don't know how tempting it is to drive off after you accidentally scratch the car backing out of your parking space. You don't know how tempting it is to gossip about a friend who's making some terrible choices instead of choosing to be silent and loyal. You don't know how tempting it is to skip a meeting, skip a class, or bail on a friend instead of showing up for the commitments you made. And these are small temptations. There are large temptations lurking out there for you. Plenty of men see their hands reaching for money that they did not earn. The headlines from the Wall Street Journal for the past few years will vouch for that. They cheat, they lie, and saddest of all, they waste their one wild and precious life because taking the right path just seemed too hard for them. Since you don't know what the temptations that life throws you are, I encourage you to stack the deck in your favor. Define the man you want to be long before these temptations come your way. Know your rules and keep them front and center so that when you hit that parked car, you leave a note with a phone number. That's what a man of honor does. decide that you're a loyal person. When time comes that you're tempted to betray a friend, your brain tells you you're a man of honor. I don't do that. Give yourself a set of rules that remind you that honor is doing the right thing, particularly and most importantly, when no one is looking. You behave like that, the world will notice, and the world will reward you. When I look out at the sea of faces, I see potential. I see 96 college acceptances. I see over $500,000 scholarship holders. I see the grit and ability it takes to graduate from the Marine Military Academy. And I see the particular fortitude it takes to be a blank holder or a four-year cadet. Each of you is going to go and choose your own life path. After I graduated from MMA, I attended business school. As you heard, I went to earn a law degree. I've earned several certifications and completed a whole bunch of advanced education, more than I really wanted to. But the most important learning I received came from my time right here on this campus. Campus looks different, but the basic idea of an education based on the values and traditions of the United States Marine Corps is the same then as it is now. Your MMA education and experience like mine sets the foundation for everything you will do from here on out. With that said, as you move out the next phase of your life, I feel very honored to be able to welcome you into the brotherhood of graduates and alumni of the Marine Military Academy. Thank you and Semper Fi.